And today we are going to talk about woody plants, which we have a wide selection of both trees, shrubs, and smaller specimens as well. It is the perfect time of year to, to plant these guys because most of your root development occurs in the spring and in the fall. And why not take this opportunity, this cooler weather and this abundant rainfall, to establish your plants? I mean, of course, your plants will need extra water during the summer months for the first year or two, but yet again, great. So some quick things. What I love about shrubs and woody plants is that they are the backbone of the garden. They add the architecture, the structure, and they're one of the first things that you start to see to flower, to see some life and some emergence, and definitely a lot of color, even though they're not in full leaf or full bloom yet for some things. Another thing that could be essential for the success of your woody plants is deer protection. I mean, right now we all have a big deer problem here in the Northeast. So what I recommend is during the winter months to deer fence around certain specimens. Not all plants are deer bothered by deer, but a lot of them are. Here I have some deer out. This is a great solution to not have to look at deer fence all summer. I would recommend spraying once a week during the rapid growing months of spring and the foliage, and maybe settling down to every other week to a month during the slower growing times of the summer months and in the fall. The products are usually labeled for effectiveness for 1 month, but the problem is plants are continuously putting out new foliage, so that new foliage that's currently growing will not be covered by the product. So that's why I recommend once a week. So just a quick overview of what I have around me. Beautiful spirea. This has a beautiful bronze foliage. There's other ones with gold foliage as well. Magnolia season's been spectacular this season. Beautiful flowers. Next to me is this Viburnum carlesii, wonderfully fragrant, one of my favorites. Here's a classic PGM rhododendron. Beautiful colors. I've been driving around and seeing a lot of them in bloom around the landscape. Very old-fashioned, but tried and true. Lilacs. I love lilacs as well. And this little unsung hero right here as well. This is called a Russian cypress. Many would think of it as a juniper, but it's actually not related. It's a little tougher and can handle some shade. I've seen beautiful ground covers of that. Quick tips on planting. I wouldn't recommend amending soil for woody plants because if you make this very lush environment in this small area, the roots will not want to venture out into the native soil. So I don't recommend doing that. Only dig a hole as deep as the root ball. Don't go deeper because you don't want them to settle either. And just about a foot or two wider to be able to mix and appropriately backfill the hole of the shrub. Other things is you always want to look at the root system. We'll take this one out real quick. Don't be afraid to look once in a while. And you can see here, what happens in containers is roots do circle around quite often. So before you plant it, I always recommend to get a knife or to even massage the root ball before you put it in the ground, because you don't want the roots to continue to go in circles. That will end up cutting its own circulation off, so always make sure you massage the root ball. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to visit our website. It's a beautiful morning, and get out and garden.